calculate the VAT amount and enter the VAT amount in the column. Let me share the screen. Let me share from my UNISA. Can you see this question?
Still loading. Yes, we can.
Yeah, this is one of the questions from assessment 1. But in the assessment, we made the question, it was out of 10 marks. But here on our question bank is out of 9 marks, where you are given the following transaction for entity that uses the periodic inventory system. Here you must understand the difference between periodic and perpetual inventory system, because we said when you are using periodic inventory system and when you are using perpetual inventory system, the difference is like under periodic inventory system, when you purchased inventory for cash, you record it under purchases journals. But under perpetual inventory system, when the business purchased inventory for cash, they recorded it under trading inventory account. That's the difference. Then here you are given 3 transactions. You are given transaction 1. Under details, they are saying sold inventory on credit to MSF Kumalo for 9,600, VAT exclusive. And the second one, EFT payment of 3,500, VAT excluded for merchandise purchased from SS wholesalers. And the last transaction, purchased inventory on credit from Lesedi wholesalers for 17,250, VAT included. And here is our instruction. You must read the instruction carefully. Under the instruction, we said for each transaction, you must indicate which subsidiary journal the transaction will be entered. Here you must decide, because there are 8. There is cash receipts journal, cash payments journal, purchases journal, purchases returns journal, sales journals, sales returns journal, and general ledger. There are 7 subsidiary journal. You must tell us which one. And the second instruction, you must then indicate whether the VAT input account or the VAT output account in the general ledger must be debited or credited. And the last instructions, you must then calculate the VAT output and enter it in the amount column. Then on the first transaction, we said sold inventory on credit to Miss F. Kumalo for 9,600, VAT exclusive. Here you must tell us which subsidiary journal is affected by this transaction. Because here we sold inventory on credit. And previously on our last, it was my last class, our revision, we said inventory sold on credit are recorded under sales journal. Here you must come here under subsidiary journal, then you choose your sales journal, because inventory sold and credit, inventory sold and on credits is recorded under our sales journal. Here we told you the amount exclude VAT, 9,600. And the second instruction say you must then indicate whether the VAT input or VAT output account in the general ledger must be debited or credited. Then you must tell us whether this is under general ledger. You must tell us whether it's VAT input or whether it's VAT output. And you must tell us if it's VAT input, do you debit VAT input or do you credit VAT output? If it's VAT output, vice versa, you must tell us whether you debit it or you credit it. Because here we sold, and remember we said, what is VAT output? You must ask yourself the difference between VAT input and VAT output. And I remember on our last, it was last discussion before assessment 2, we said VAT input is VAT claimed by the entity. on the purchases of goods or rendering of services on credit. That's why VAT input is an asset. It can be claimed back from SARS by the entity if the entity is a VAT registered vendor. And VAT output is VAT collected on the sale of goods or services rendered by the entity and will be paid over to SARS. And VAT output is a liability. Here we sold. And I said VAT output is VAT collected on the sale of goods or services rendered by the entity. Here the correct answer, because we sold, the correct answer, it will be credit our VAT output. Because here, to get it right, you must here, before VAT, maybe you must identify two accounts involved in this transaction. When the business sell inventory on credit, you must identify, maybe if you identify two accounts involved because the business here sold on credit, you must say the first one will be our trade receivable because we sold to our debtors on credit, and the other one will be sales. Then you must identify which one we debit, which one we credit. Then because we sold on credit, our trade receivable increases, which is an asset. Therefore, we set asset increases on the debit side. Then we debit our trade receivable. And the other account will be credited, which is our sales. Then also VAT output, if we include VAT output, because we debited trade receivable with the full amount, including VAT, and we credited sales with the amount excluding VAT, and we also credited VAT output. If you say 9,600, because here you must check, here we set VAT excluded, you must use 15 over 100. Then you will say 9,600 times 15 divided by 100. Then your VAT output will be 1440. The last instruction say you must then calculate VAT amount and enter the VAT amount in the amount column. You say 9,600 times 15 divided by 100 because the amount excluding VAT. Then you put your 1440 here. Then you are done with the first transaction. Is there any questions on the first transaction? Maraisane? Is there any questions on the first transaction?
Yes, sir. I have a question.
Yes, you can go on.
Why can you please repeat why you put it on the sales journal and why you debiting the VAT?
Well, let's go to the question again. Because remember, transaction one says sold inventory on credit. And remember, we said under sales journals, we record all trading inventory sold on credit. Because inventory sold for cash will be recorded under cash receipts journals. And under sales journals, we record all trading inventory the business sold on credit. That's why our subsidiary journal is our sales journals, because we sold inventory on credit to Miss F. Kumal, which is our data. Are you clear on the journal?
Thank you, sir.
Then the other question is, why are we crediting the VAT output? Your next question is, why are we crediting the VAT output? Here we credit the VAT output. Remember, when you sold on credit, remember on the first transaction, first you must identify two accounts involved in this transaction. And remember, according to double entry system, the other transaction must be the other accounts must be debited and the other accounts must be credited. And here, because we sold on credit to to Miss F. Kumal, which is our data. And data is an asset, and we said assets increases on the debit side and decreases on the credit side, because here we sold on credit, our debtors or our trade receivables increases, which is an asset. That's why I said we debited our trade receivables, which is an asset, and because we sold, this our sales, then we credited sales, and I said we debited our trade receivable with the full amount including VAT. Then we'll say 9,600 times 100 divided by 9,600 times 115 divided by 100. Then you'll say 9,600 times 115 divided by 100 to get the amount including VAT, which is 11,040. Then we debited trade receivable with 11,040. And we credited VAT with 1440. And we credited the difference will go to our sales account, which is 9,600. I'm not sure whether you are. Are you happy? Tabiso? I don't see my screen. Maraisani, are you in? Maraisani?
Yes, sir. No, I'm still in.
Can you help with Tabiso?
Yes, sir.
Yes, Tabiso?
No, that was a question I had earlier on, sir. Sorry.
Mr. Amir? Amir?
Yes, sir.
Yes.
Sorry, man. I want to ask, you said it was VAT exclusive. So you credited the VAT and you said it was VAT output. So why did you include the VAT amount? Though? Because it was exclusive of the VAT.
Let's go back to the question. Where's my question? View VAT output, VAT, sorry. Remember, VAT is the amount excluding VAT is 100%, and VAT is 15%, and the amount including VAT is 105. Here I take 15 divided by 100 to exclude VAT, because I said is VAT exclusive, VAT excluded. That's why I divided by, that's why I said 9,600 times 15 divided by 100. Because 100 is the amount
So
excluding VAT.
You took out the VAT. You took out the VAT from there because it said VAT exclusive.
Yes, that's why the instruction says you must calculate the VAT amount and enter the VAT amount in the column here. And here we gave you the 9,600 excluding VAT. And we said to calculate if you are given amount excluding VAT, to calculate VAT, you must say 15 divided by 100. But if you are given amount including VAT, to calculate VAT, you must say 15 divided by 115. Because 115 is the amount including VAT. 100 is the amount excluding VAT. That's why I took 9,600 times 15 divided by 100, because 100 is the amount excluding VAT.
Okay, thank you, sir.
Oh, okay. Komuto? Komuto?
Greetings, sir. Greetings, sir. Can you hear me, sir?
Yes, I hear you, Komuto.
I just have a question on, please go back to the thingy.
The question here.
Yeah. I have a question on credit VAT output. Is it because VAT output is trade payables and it increases on the credit side? Is that why we chose the credit and not debit?
Yeah, VAT output is a liability, and liability increases on the credit side.
Okay. And when does it ever become debit VAT output?
Maybe when there is a reversal, when there is a settlement discount granted or settlement discount received, when we reverse the transactions.
Okay. And also, can I ask, does it ever happen if it's maybe overpaid or something, or maybe overstated? Like with debit VAT output, does it ever happen that maybe it's overstated and whatever?
Always it happens during our settlement discount granted or settlement discount received, because remember on the initial transaction, maybe we paid VAT input or VAT output on the original amount. Then later on, the business received discount or gave discount to a debtor. Then on the settlement discount receipt, then we calculated VAT on the settlement. Then we reverse the VAT output or the VAT. We reverse the VAT output or the VAT input on the transaction date.
Okay, no problem. Thank you very much.
But we'll see it when we are doing our cash receipts and cash payments journal. You'll see it clearly there.
Okay, no problem. Thank you very much.
Kezani Mate. Kezani.
Thanks, and good evening to everyone. So I joined this meeting late. Actually, I was struggling actually to connect actually to the website, but I'm not sure if the question actually someone actually asked this question, because
Yeah,
I'm asking up. Yes, okay, I'm attending for the first time, so I missed the first assessment. Actually, I wanted to check if it would be open again. The reason why I missed is that I got my laptop later, and yes, actually, I got it later. So I wanted to find out, because I completed my self assessment yesterday, and then the assessment one, I realized that it's been closed. So I wanted to check, find out actually if actually for people like myself who missed the first assessment, if we will be given another chance actually to write the assessment one. Thank you.
When did you register?
I registered around this. Okay, I registered on time. So just because the company actually, I think they paid the amount of the fees later, and then only to find out on the 24th of March that the assessment one, it's been closed on the 19th of March. And then I struggled actually. So I completed the self-assessment yesterday, but I wanted to find out if there is a second chance, and if not, actual chances for us missing the first assessment of passing the subject if it's there as well.
If you miss assessment one, the chance is there, because assessment one contributed only 15% towards your final mark. Then you have 85% to pass the module.
So
because you see my screen now.
Yes.
This is an assessment one you missed. Today we are reviewing it. We are discussing it.
So if okay. So
because
there is
it
no
was
chance.
Closed.
Right?
It was closed today around 6 p.m. because we gave extension until today, 3 April at 6 p.m.
No, I tried to open yesterday. It was not opening after
because
completing my
UNISA management decided to give extension from students who registered late. It was from 10 March, if I remember, or 6 March. They gave them extension until today.
So because I missed actually, there is no.
This one, the problem with this one, there is no elective. Like if you miss assessment 2, there is elective, which is assessment 5. If you miss assessment 3, there is elective, which is assessment 6. If you miss assessment 4, there is elective, which is assessment 7. But for assessment 1, there was no elective for assessment 1.
Oh, okay. No, I understand. Thank you.
Oh, thank you. Asiya? Asiya? Timato? Who is making noise?
I don't know. Who is I think it's Tebo. I think it's Tebo.
So can you mute? Tebo?
No, Mr. Mokokoni is number 193055559.
Okay. Mr. Ntamu PK.
Yes, evening.
Good evening.
I'm perplexed to say some of us is for the first time we do accounting in metric level. We did something else than accounting. So I'm worried. We find it challenging to understand some of concepts of this module. So by doing this way, I don't think really it will be helping. I second someone who was saying, how about then you give us the feedback on where we went wrong or where we have missed something, so that
I must give you general feedback to all students, yeah, because I have general feedback. I can tell you what went wrong in your assessment one. Because
so
remember,
are we going to stick to this discussion, or are we going to get that feedback so that we can check where we have done mistakes and try to improve?
Yeah, maybe we'll write feedback via Word document and we'll post it on our module site. Because remember, we had about 17,000 students.
Yes, I understand, and I understand the pressure, but some
But
of
did
us
you
find it difficult because it's for the first time.
Did you attend our last classes? Because this is our 9th class today. We did.
I'm waiting, so at some point I find it difficult, but I wish if we can have it not as a form. Discussion is fine. We are happy with it, but at least to have the feedback where we have missed whatever, then maybe it will be helpful, because now maybe you'll discuss from there now.
Oh, that one, yeah, we are going to open review where you can see your feedback on the on assessment you wrote.
Oh, thanks very much, sir.
Yeah, we'll open your feedback. Now it's closed.
Yes, will it be before assignment 2 because of we are submitting it?
If you open it, it will open for you for all students. Maybe we'll decide. Maybe we'll open it by today's when. Maybe we'll open it by the end of this week.
Okay, no, thanks, sir. Thanks very much.
Mr. Mokokoni.
Yes, Mr. Maraisani.
Please, can you stop the questions? You'll take them later. Just continue with the presentation. Thanks.
Let's continue with the second transaction. Here we said EFT payment of 3,500 VAT exclusive or VAT excluded for merchandise purchased from SS wholesalers. Here, remember, we said under cash payments journals, we record all cash paid out. We said, can you, let's mute. And Maraisan, can you mute them all?
Okay. Okay, let me mute them all.
Making all the changes be better this time.
Let me.
I thought I was doing good with the changes.
On this second.
Hi, sir. Sorry, you've been muted.
Sorry for that. I'm saying on the second transaction here, the business made a payment of 3,500 VAT excluded for merchandise purchased from SS wholesalers. Here the business purchased trading inventory for cash. Here they used EFT, they paid via EFT. And we said under cash payments journal, we record all cash paid out by the business. Money coming out of the business must be recorded under one journal here. It will be here. You must choose the correct answer, which is cash payments journals, because the business paid money coming out of the business bank account, then our bank, then you must indicate account in the general ledger must be debited or credited. Here you must tell us which VAT, which VAT, whether it's VAT input or VAT output, and you must indicate whether it's debited or credited. Here the business purchased, we purchased from SS wholesalers, and we said VAT input is VAT paid on the purchases of goods or rendering of services, and will be claimed back from SARS. Here the key word is purchased. Here we purchased. Here the business purchases, then it will be our VAT input. Then you must tell us whether VAT input is debited or credited. Here, because here we purchased and to make it simple for yourself here, you can go to the basic accounting equation and tell us, because here is cash purchases. Here you can identify two accounts involved, because the money coming out of the business, that means our business bank account decreases. That means we credit our bank account and debit what? Then we debited our purchases. Then also we debit our, because remember, we credited our bank with the full amount. And we debited purchases with the amount excluding VAT. And we debit also the VAT input. Then you must tell us the amount. Here they are saying 3,500 VAT excluded. Then you will say 3,500 times 15 divided by 100. Then you'll get your amount, which is 525. Then you write 525 in the VAT column. Because here they said amount excluding VAT, 3,500 VAT excluded. Then the next transaction, which is transaction number 3, we said purchased inventory on credit from Lesedi wholesalers for 17,250, VAT included. Here the business purchased inventory on credit. And remember, we said inventory purchased on credit are recorded under purchases journal. Inventory purchased on credit by the business are recorded under purchases journal. Here under journal, you tick the correct answer, which is purchases journal. And you must tell us whether VAT input or VAT output in the general ledger must be debited or credited. Here we purchased on the business purchased on credit. Here you can identify two accounts involved. It will be, because here we are using periodic inventory system, because I told you under periodic inventory system, when the business purchased inventory for cash, they must debit purchases and credit bank. But if it was perpetual inventory system, then we'll debit trading inventory and credit bank, because here is periodic inventory system. The two accounts involved here under transaction number 3, it will be purchases and bank. And we credited bank. Yeah, come again. Purchase inventory on credit. Sorry, here we purchased on credit. The two accounts involved, sorry, is not bank, is purchases and trade payables, because we purchased on credit. And we credited our trade payables, which is Lesedi wholesalers, with the full amount, including VAT of 17,250. And we debited our purchases with the amount excluding VAT. And we also debited our VAT input. We'll say 17,250. To calculate VAT, you'll say 17,250 times 15 divided by 115, because they are saying amount, they are saying 17,250 including VAT. Then you will say the correct answer here is debit VAT input. Then you will say 17,250 times 15 divided by 115, because the amount included VAT. Then your answer will be 2250. 2250. Here, remember the two transactions involved here. It will be purchases and our trade payables, because we purchased on credit. Here we debited purchases with the amount excluding VAT. We debited VAT input. We credit Lesedi wholesalers or trade payables with the full amount including VAT. Then this is your solution. Then you'll come here. Sorry for that, the system. Is there any questions on the VAT input and VAT output? Is there any questions?
No
Mr.
questions.
Ian Barker. There is Ian Barker. Ian Barker. Morrison, can you unmute them? Because there are a few questions.
Let me. Is it unmuted?
Mr. Parker?
Is it unmuted, Bro Joseph?
I can't see. I'm on the screen.
Good evening,
yes,
lecturers and
yes.
good evening, lecturers and students. Can you hear me?
Yes, I hear you.
Good evening.
Yes, good evening.
My question is based on transaction number 2. Please explain furthermore, because I fail to understand how did you manage to say it's a cash payment journal and it's a VAT debit input output. So please just explain once more again about that.
Oh,
Thanks.
remember on that one, you are saying this one, transaction number 2, where the business made payment for merchandise purchased from SS wholesalers.
Yes,
You're
the
talking
one
about this transaction.
Yes, number 2, that one. Yes, that one was paid by EFT.
Yes, EFT, the business made payment to SS wholesalers. EFT payment of 3,500 VAT excluded for merchandise purchased from SS wholesalers. Previously, the business purchased on credit from SS wholesalers. Now the business is making payment. Now the business is paying their debt. from the merchandise purchased previously on credit from SS wholesalers. Now they are paying SS wholesalers 3,500. The money is coming out of the business. And we said under cash receipts journals, we record all cash paid out by the business or money coming out of the business are recorded under cash payments journals. Here the business made payments. Here the business is paying the creditor, which is SS wholesalers. They are paying via EFT. That means the business bank account decreases by 3,500. I'm not sure whether you are happy with the journal.
Okay, yes, yeah, I'm clarified. And then the last one for purchased inventory on credit listed wholesalers. How did you know that is a VAT? Okay, it's a debit VAT input also, because I see it's the two different things between the 2 and 3, but they're all debit VAT input.
Yeah, here remember the business purchased inventory on credit. And if you can identify, maybe let's exclude VAT a little bit. Here, purchased inventory on credit. Here, you can identify two accounts involved when the business purchased on credit. It will be purchases and listed wholesalers, which is our trade payables, before we include VAT. Like here, remember here, the business is using periodic inventory system. That's why I said the two accounts involved are purchases and listed wholesalers, which is our trade payables. Because here we purchased on credit, we owe listed wholesalers the money. That's why listed wholesalers, which is our liability, increases on the credit side. That's why we said we credit listed wholesalers or trade payables, then we debited our purchases. And we credit listed wholesalers with the full amount, including VAT. We credited listed wholesalers with 17,250, and we debited our purchases with the amount excluding VAT. Then we debited our purchases with 15,000. We debited our purchases with 15,000. We debited our VAT input with 2,250, and we credited our listed wholesalers or trade payable with 17,250.
Okay, thank you.
Oh, thank you. Is there any questions?
You can continue.
Aren't there questions here?
I can see them.
Let's take them
Okay.
until
All right. No,
10
it's fine.
minutes.
It's fine.
10 minutes, the last 10 minutes.
No problem. No problem.
Mr. Jabulani? 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 Jabulani Chauke? Amir? Amir? Maraisani, can you unmute them? Mr. Maraisani? Maraisani? Maraisani?
I think they are unmuted, Baba.
They are saying Max unmute. Okay.
Eh?
They are saying we are
I think
muted.
they are unmuted. Eh?
We are not. They are saying we are not muted. They are saying okay. All mics are muted. Let's unmute them.
Okay, let me try. How is it now?
Or let's continue and they will ask questions after. Let's go to the next. Next one.
Sure.
I'm not sure which question we must. Let's see which one. Because the other one they struggled during our assessment is. The other one they struggled during our assessment is our equity and liabilities and also total assets. Let's go to the next questions. While UNISA is still opening, guys, remember here, to get it right, for each transaction, you must identify the two accounts involved before maybe you include VAT. You must identify the two accounts involved. Then you must ask yourself which account you debit, which account you credit. Let me take this one, the total. Let's take the total assets. You must write your questions down while my answer is still opening. And also you must remember VAT input is VAT paid on the purchases of goods or rendering of services, and the business can claim back the VAT input from SARS. And you must remember VAT input is an asset, and assets always increases on the debit side and reduces on the credit side. And you must remember VAT output is VAT collected on the sale of goods or services rendered by the entity and will be paid over to SARS. And VAT output is a liability, and liabilities increases on the credit side and reduces on the debit side. Let's take this question number one also from here. Yeah, here you were given this question here. They want you to, let's read the instruction first. Required. After taking into account all the information provided in the scenario above, please fill in the total assets section of the statement of financial position as at 28 February 20.1 of Lesedi Hairdressing Salon. And remember, total assets, we are talking about non-current assets and current assets. They will give you total assets. Here is our instructions. Instruction number one, follow the format of statement of financial position as provided in the study unit 1 to 5. If you go to study unit 1 to 5, either one, there's a format of statement of financial position, which was previously called balance sheet. Transaction 2, use a full stop to indicate any decimal, for example, 1000.01. Round of the decimal after the full stop. Here we gave you example. Here it was, I don't remember in the assessment how, here it marked out of 17 marks. Here you are given the information that was obtained from the records of Lesedi Hairdressing Salon for the month of February 20.1. Lerato saved 500 so that he can start her own hairdressing salon in Meetin. On February 20.1, Lerato opened a business bank account, Lesedi Hairdressing Salon, at ABC Bank, and she deposited 400. Out of the savings of 500, Lerato deposited 400 into the business bank account. That means the business bank account, which is an asset, our bank account, which is an asset, increases by 400,000. And remember, bank account is what? Is an asset. and it will form part of our current assets. That means your current assets must also increase by 400 under bank, which will fall under cash and cash equivalents. On 2 February, the next day, she bought equipment for 150,000 via the business bank app. Here, Lerato, the owner of the business, bought. Here, the business purchased equipment. If you purchased, that means the business bank account decreases by 150,000. Here she purchased via the business bank app. That means the business bank account, the 400,000 decreases, the 400,000 reduces by 150,000. And remember, equipment is a non-current asset and will form part of your non-current assets, because I said total assets is current assets and non-current assets. This equipment will form part of your property, plant and equipment. If you go and see the format of your statement of financial position, it will be non-current assets, property, plant and equipment, current assets, and we name those current assets, then you'll get your total assets, because total assets is our non-current assets plus current assets. Here also our non-current assets will increase because of we bought equipment, which is our non-current assets. On 3rd February, she purchased furniture on credit from Unique Salon Furnitures for 70,000. Here, Lerato purchased on credit. She purchased on credit furniture. She purchased furniture on credit. And remember, furniture will form part of our non-current assets. If you go and revise, it's that unit, I don't remember, it's that unit 3, where we gave you examples of current and non-current assets. And furniture is one examples of non-current assets. This 70,000 will form part of your non-current assets. Here she purchased on credit, there will be a liability, which is Unique Salon. But here we are looking for total assets section. Then this liability, Unique Salon, will not form part of our total assets. On 14 February 20.1, Lerato used the business bank app to 7,000 for the installation of an air conditioner at home. Here, Lerato used the business bank app. That means our business bank account also decreases by 7,000. This will reduce our business. This will reduce our business bank account. It was 150, and also it was 400. Then we used 150 to buy equipment. Now we used 7,000 to buy equipment at home. On 16 February, she used a business debit card to pay 9,000 for rental of the business property. Also here, our business bank account also reduces by 9,000. On 25 February, she obtained a loan of 150,000 from XYZ with a payback period of more than a year. Here, Lerato obtained a loan of 150,000 from XYZ Bank. Here, our business bank account will also increases by the 150,000 loan from XYZ Bank. They are saying this amount of loan was paid into the bank account of Lesedi Hairdressing Salon. That's why our bank account will also increases by 150,000, because this amount was paid directly into our bank account. During first month of trading, she made cash sales. Here, this is our sales, and she rendered service on credit. Remember, when the business rendered service on credit, that means our trade receivables, which is our data, will also increase by 3,000, and our trade receivable is our current assets. That means our current assets, which is trade receivable, will also increases by 3,000. Here we can go Here on the solution, here you choose. Remember, there are two parts. Here you choose assets, because this is total assets section. Here you choose non-current assets. As I told you, there are two parts. The assets formed by non-current assets and current assets. Here you must choose the correct answer, which is our property, plant and equipment. And property, plant and equipment can be land and buildings, can be our furniture, can be our equipment. Then here you must add equipment is 150,000, because this will form part of our PPE. Then also our furniture of 70,000 will form part of our PPE. Then you add them together. They will give you 200 and is 200 and what? And 20,000. Here you put the correct amount. Then you come here, because this is our current assets, non-current assets, you put 220. Then here you come, you say non-current, you said non-current assets, because I said current assets, total assets section will be non-current assets and current assets. Then here you must choose. Remember, we have cash and cash equivalents. The other one where we purchased on credit here, we rendered service on credit to a client. This is our trade receivables. Here you choose our trade receivables. Trade and other receivables. Then here you choose, because if you add non-current assets plus current assets, they will give you total assets. Here you come and choose the correct answer, which is total assets. Then you are done. Now you come to the section of cash and cash equivalents. Then you must go and add. Because Lerato saves 500, she deposited 400 into the business bank account. Then it will be 400,000. And she purchased equipment via the business bank app. That means the 400 will be reduced by the 150,000. Then you subtract 150,000. This one, she purchased furniture on credit. Here she purchased on credit. That one will not affect, the 70,000 will not affect our business bank account, because here Lerato purchased on credit. There is no cash involved. Lerato uses business bank app for the installation of an air conditioner at home. Here our business bank account also reduces by 7,000. You subtract 7,000 also. On 16 Feb, she uses debit. She used the business debit card to pay 9,000 for the rental of the business property. Here, our business bank account also reduces by the 9,000. Then you minus 9,000. Yeah, and they say on 25 February, Lerato obtained a loan of 150,000 from XYZ with a payback period of more than a year. The amount paid into the bank account of Lesedi hair dressing salon. Then our business bank account will also increase by 150,000. Then you plus the 150,000. Then during the first month of trading, she made a cash sales. Here she made a cash sale. That means our bank account is also increased by the 5,000. Then if you add them all, they will give you a total of cash and cash equivalents. Let me add them all. Is the 400,000 deposited? Is the 150 she used to bought equipment, you minus the 150,000. And also is the 7,000, she used the business bank app to buy equipment, you minus 7,000. And also she used the business debit card to pay for rental of the business property, you minus 9,000. And she obtained a loan of 150,000. The amount was paid directly into the bank account of the business. Then you add the 150,000 because it will increase our business bank account. And she made a cash sales of 5,000. Then you must add the 5,000 because here we debited our bank with 5,000 and we credited our sales with 5,000. Then they will give you 389,000. Under cash and cash equivalents, you put 389,123. And then the trade and other receivable is given here because we rendered service on credit for 3,000, then you put 3,000 here. If you add them together, 3,000 plus 389, they will give you 392,000. This is our current assets. If you add 392,000 plus 220, they will give you 612. This is our, sorry, not here, our total here, total assets, because it's 220 plus 392, which is 612. 612. Yeah, 600, 612,000. Yes, is the correct. This is our solution for this question. It was 17 marks. I'm not sure whether it was 17 marks or 18 marks in our assessment. Ish, yeah. Let's try again. The system is giving me error. This is one of the questions students struggle with during the assessment. It was so easy because you go to study unit 1 to 5, you look for the format of statement of financial position, then you must understand assets are divided into two categories, which is non-current assets and current assets. Then you must understand what is, you must define what is non-current assets and you must define what is current assets. Then you'll get the question, this one correct, because it was, to me, it was an easy 17 marks in your assessments, because it was not difficult, this question. But students struggled with this question. I don't know why. Because we went through this in our class when we did study unit 1 to 4. We went through this type of questions. Mr. Maraisane? Maraisane?
Ndati.
Can we continue or can we take questions?
Please continue. We'll take the questions later.
Oh, they must put the question down or on the chat.
I'm answering now. Sharp.
Yeah, this is not a difficult question, because if you go to our slides for assessment, for our first class, it was study unit 1 to 4, where we did our first class, where we told you what is an asset. We told you asset is a resource controlled by the entity as a result of past events from which future economic benefits are expected to flow to the entity. Where we told you assets is what the entity owns. That is your assets. And then under that, we gave you examples of assets and also examples of examples of current assets and examples of non-current assets, where we said assets are classified into two categories, which is current assets and non-current assets. And we told you what is trade receivables. I told you trade receivables are people who owe money to the business because the business sold to them on credit and they have not yet paid the business. Like this one, you see the business rendered service on a credit. That will form part of our trade and other receivables because the business rendered service on credit to a debt and the debtor have not paid the business yet. Let's move to the next one. While still waiting for the system, I don't think there is any difficulties on this question because the 500,000 is the money saved by Lerato, then it will not affect our business bank account because out of the 500, she deposited 400 into the business bank account. Let me check another one the students struggled with in the assessment. Let's go to cash payments journal. Where is our cash payments journal? This one. This one, many students struggled with the settlement discount granted on this one. And remember, we said under cash payments journals, we record all cash paid out by the business. Any money coming out of the business must be recorded under our cash payments journals. And under our cash receipts journals, we record all cash received by the business. If there is money involved, it's either affect cash payments journal or cash receipts journals. If there is no money involved, like credit purchases of trading inventory, it will affect our purchases journal. If there is sales of trading inventory on credit, because there is no money involved, it will affect our sales journal. Here under cash payments and cash receipts journals, there must be cash involved. If cash is coming out of the business, must be recorded under cash payments journal. If cash is coming into the business, must be recorded under cash receipts journal. Let's take one of the questions here. Let's take question number 1. Let's look for the transaction of settlement discount granted. I'm going to do only one transaction for settlement because many students struggled with the transaction of settlement during assessment 1. Here on 1st of May 20.2, Miss Tina Du opened a supermarket under the trade name Better Traders. Better Traders is a registered VAT vendor, and the VAT rate is applicable. The VAT rate applicable is 15%. Better Traders will use the periodic inventory system and entered into the following transactions during May 20.2. This is our month when the transaction occurred. Here, let's go to the instruction first. Instruction says, use a full stop to indicate any decimals because it is very important to read the transaction. Round off to transaction number 2 says round off to a second decimal after full stop. Instruction number 3, do not use any special characters and do not use bold in your answer. It will be marked incorrect. Do not use any abbreviations. Please remember the brackets around the amounts must be indicated by a negative amount. Like many students in assessment, they put brackets and also they put minus 50. You must only put minus 50. Don't put the amount in brackets, because many students during assessment, they put brackets minus 50, for example, and it will be correct. You must say minus 50, that will be marked correct. Keep the transaction strictly according to date sequence. Instruction 7, if an option has provided and is not applicable to the specific question, please put 0 in the amount column and not applicable in the detail column. Here we are saying if the transaction like transaction 1 is not affecting trade payables, you must put 0 in the trade payables column and put not applicable in the details column here. Then under here you must put 0 also under amount column. You can also leave blocks empty because no marks were allocated to the 0 and not applicable column. The answer will be marked incorrect, but you will not lose any marks because no marks were allocated to this column, because many students were complaining, saying their answers were saying incorrect. Because if you leave any block, maybe I fill all the block, maybe I leave this trade payables control empty. Then when you click submit and finish, it will tell you question, maybe it will say question 1 is incomplete because you leave one of the column, empty. Let's only deal with transaction number 1 is not a fair, number 2, number 3. Let's deal with only transaction number. Is this transaction number? Is transaction number 25? They're saying this occurred during the month of May, or first I must go and discuss here the document numbers. I'm discussing the columns. Here the document numbers are given. Also the date is where the day the transaction took place. Here the transaction were given to make it easier for you. Then here under details column, this is our cash payment journal. And I said under cash payment journals, we record all cash paid out of the business. Cash paid out by the entity are recorded under the cash payment journals. Money coming out of the business are recorded under cash payment journals. Here under details here, under details records, you can record the name of the person the business are paying. If you are paying to Mr. Smith, here you can record, you can write Mr. Smith if you are paying Mr. Smith. If it was maybe purchases for cash, here maybe under details you can write cash. If it was a cash purchases, you can write cash. Then under the bank column here you record the full amount including VAT under the bank column. This is the main column. You record all the amount including VAT. But you must also check if it's a trade payables, maybe you owe the debtor 1,000. You owe the creditor, trade payables 1,000. And this guy granted you a settlement discount. You received a discount of 200. That means under the bank column here, if the trade payables is affected, under trade payables, under bank columns, you record the actual amount you record the actual amount you paid. Then the full amount owing must be recorded under trade payables control account. You must understand this one. If it was a trade payables, you owe the creditor 1,000, you put 1,000 under trade payables, but you receive discount and pay 800. Then under bank column, you record the 800, the actual amount you pay to a creditor, which is our trade payables. Under settlement discount received, under this column, you record the amount excluding VAT here. You record the amount excluding VAT. You must first account for VAT. After accounted for VAT, you must record the amount here excluding VAT. Here you record the VAT input amount. Here the VAT output. Here is purchases column. Here you record the amount excluding VAT. Here is wages. There is no VAT on wages. Let's go to transaction number 25. Here they are saying the business made a direct payment to small wholesalers of 12,075 and received a settlement discount of 805. Here you must remember two things. You must remember there are two transactions here involved. The first one was happened when the first one was happened when we purchased on credit from small wholesalers. The day we purchased on credit from small wholesalers, we accounted for VAT input on the full amount of 12,000, on the full amount of 12,075. We calculated VAT input on the date of transaction. When we purchased goods on credit from small wholesalers, we calculated VAT input on the 12,075. Then later on, we received a discount of 805. Instead of paying 12,012, instead of paying small wholesalers 12,075, now we are paying the amount excluding settlement discount. Now we paid 11,267. We paid the creditor 11,267. Then on the settlement date, because we received discount, now we must account for VAT. For VAT on the settlement discount granted. Remember, we claimed VAT input on the full amount of 12,075. Now we must account for VAT on the 8. We must account for VAT output on the 805. Here you are saying 805 times 15 divided by 115. Then it will give you VAT of 105. And if you say 105 minus 805, 700 will be your settlement discount granted, and 105 will be your VAT output, because now you cancel the like you claimed more from SARS. Now SARS saying, because you claimed on the full amount of 12,075, you claimed VAT input on 12,075. Now you must pay VAT output on the settlement discount granted, because actually you paid the creditor 11,270. If you come here on the 25, then under details, you write the name of our creditor or trade payables, which is small wholesalers. Under the bank, here, first we must go to our trade payables column. We record the amount here because we say 12,075. Here under the trade payables, we put We put 12, is 12 what? 12,075. The total amount we owe to our creditor. We owe our creditor, small wholesalers, 12,075. Then under bank, here we record amount excluding settlement discount received. Here we receive discount of 805, which is 11. We actually paid 11,270 to a credit. That's why this is the money coming out of our business bank account, because we did not pay small wholesalers 12,075. We actually paid small wholesalers 11,207. That's why our business bank account decreases by 11,270, because we paid 11,270. Then we go to our VAT account here. We say 805. Where is that one? It's 805 times 15 divided by 115. 105, it will be our VAT. 105, it will be our VAT output, because here is reversal. We reverse because we claimed VAT input on the, we claimed VAT input on the original. When the transaction happened, we claim VAT input on the full amount of 12,075. Because we paid 11,270, we pay the actual amount we paid to our creditor, which is small wholesalers, is 11,270. Now we must reverse the VAT input we paid. Then we must reverse by 105. Then the difference will be recorded under settlement discount received, which is 805 minus 105, which is 700, must be recorded here under settlement discount received. We received discount of 700 excluding VAT. This is our transaction. Yeah, this is our transaction. Transaction 25. This is how it will affect this is our cash payments journals. Mr. Maraisani?
Ndati. Yes, sir.
Can we take some few questions?
Are you done? Because I thought to.
The system is giving me error. Yes, I'm done on the 3. Then the other one will be cashier. Yeah, let's take questions, because I think it will take time to, because of the system is too slow also.
Okay, let's
trying, the system is giving me error database. Now I must go and log in again. The
system. Sipokasi is the first one.
I'll open the system again. It's giving me an error.
Yeah, no. I'm just saying Sipokasi. Is the first one.
Sipokasi, can you go on?
The second one is non-Hlandla.
They are muted. We are on mute. They're saying we are on mute.
Oh, okay. Let me.
Because
let me try to unmute.
The system is not. It's giving me an error here.
I have allowed the mics.
Good evening.
Spokasi.
Yes. Can you hear me?
Right. Yebo.
Okay, my question is based on the example that you just made, the
Yes.
dated number 25. Ne?
Yeah, let me
I
open
just
my
want to find
unis.
okay.
Yeah, you can ask while I'm still opening my unis.
Why is the VAT calculated on the discounted amount, not the amount paid?
Yeah, the VAT was calculated on the settlement discount. Remember, on the date when the business purchased on credit from small wholesalers, the business claimed VAT input from SARS. Then on the payment date, when the business paid, now they must, because they claimed VAT on the full amount, and now they are, for example, maybe they claimed VAT on 15,000. Now they are paying 13,000. Then the business must account output on the settlement discount received. Hello?
I'm having network problems. Can you please repeat that?
There are two transactions involved here. When the business purchased on credit on the initial transaction, when the business purchased goods on credit from small wholesalers, the business claimed VAT input on the full amount owing to small wholesalers. For example, if they purchased on credit for 15,000, on the transaction date, when they purchased goods on credit from small wholesalers for 15,000, the business claimed VAT input on the 15,000. But later on, our creditor, which is small wholesalers, granted business a settlement discount of maybe 1,000. Now, the business are not going to pay 15,000 they owe to small wholesalers. Now they are going to pay 14,000. The 1,000 will be settlement discount received from our trade payables. Now, SARS said to the business, you claimed the full input VAT on the 15,000, but actually you paid the creditor or small wholesalers 14,000. Now you must account VAT output on the 1,000 on the settlement discount you received from a creditor, which is our trade payables. I'm not sure whether I'm clear or not.
Yeah.
Are you clear?
Yes, sir. Thank you.
Remember, there are two transactions here. Initially, when the business purchased on credit from the supplier or a creditor or a trade payables, the business claimed the full input VAT on the original amount owing to a creditor.
The screen is not visible. We can't see what you are talking about.
Now I'm giving an example. My insight is not giving me. I'm just giving an example because I can't enter my insight. There is a error. There are error database.
Okay, noted.
That's why I'm giving an example. That's why I'm saying, let's say the business purchased inventory on credit from a creditor for 15,000. I'm saying on the initial transaction, when the business purchased inventory on credit for 15,000, the business claimed the full input VAT on the 15,000. And later on, the supplier, which is our creditor, granted our business a settlement discount of 1,000. Now the business is paying the creditor. The actual amount paying by the business to a creditor was not 15,000. Now it's 14,000 because the business received a settlement. Now SARS said to the business, you claimed VAT input on the 15,000, but actually you paid the supplier or the creditor 14,000. Now SARS say you must account the 1,000 settlement discount received. You must account for VAT output on the settlement discount received. That's why always we put the VAT output inside the brackets on our cash payments journal. I'm not sure. I'm still struggling. I'll check. I'm still working on this on my UNISA. Are you answered?
Yes, sir, I'm answered. Thank you so much.
I'm still working on this thing. I'm struggling to log in. Is there any questions while I'm still trying to log in?
How are you?
Yeah, yes,
Hi,
Premier.
sir.
I have a question.
Hello, how are you?
I'm good. You can proceed.
Hello, how are you?
Good on yourself?
I'm good, and you?
Sharp, sir. I'm just confused here a little bit. When we did exercise 5.11 on the 8th of February, when we made the same transaction as this one, our discount had already been subtracted from the trade payables. So now my confusion is why the 12,000 are we still minusing? How do you get it from the question that you have to minus the 805 from the amount that you are given, or it's already minused?
Let's see. The 805 is already minus under 12. What 12? I don't know. 12075. You are saying the 12075 is the amount excluding settlement discount received.
Yes, I'm asking now, why do we have to minus the 805 from the 12075 to get the bank as 11,270?
Maybe I'll read the question properly. I'll check it again so that I can answer you properly. Maybe I made some error. I'm not sure. Maybe I'll check the question again. Wait for my UNISA to open, then I'll come back to you.
Yes.
Maybe I made a mistake. Yes, how are you?
I'm good. My question is also related to that, because the question, I think it says the 12,075, it was the amount that was paid. I think it was supposed to go to the bank, the 1207. And then on the purchase, maybe we can add that 800.
On the trade payable column, it must be the full amount, 12,880.
Yes.
Yes, and now I understand you. Maybe it was a mistake from my side here, but what you must remember is that on the trade payables column, we record the amount we owe to a credit, the full amount we owe to a credit. Yeah, maybe.
Because the question said 1207 was paid. So it means that was the amount that goes out of the bank.
Yeah, sorry for this. Sorry for the error. Yeah, now I see my mistake. Yeah, you must correct. Okay. Then under the bank column, you must record the amount actually paid, which was 12,075. Then under trade payables column, you must record the 12,880. Then under the settlement discount received, you record the 700, and then under the VAT output, you record 105 under, then you put brackets, then it will be under brackets.
No, sir. Don't we add it?
Okay. Thank you.
We add what? That was the VAT output. Remember, the settlement discount received must be under column, under brackets. You put the 700. If I remember this, it was 700. You put 700 under your bracket. Then under VAT output, you put 105 under brackets. It's 805 times. It was 805 times 15 divided by 115. Yeah, it's 105 is our VAT output. You put it under brackets. Also, when you go to the settlement discount received, you put the 700 also under your bracket.
Sorry, sir.
Sorry?
Sorry. Why do we charge VAT on the settlement discount?
Come again?
Why do we charge VAT on the settlement discount?
Remember why the reason we charge VAT, because remember the business claimed the full input VAT on 12,880. But now they claimed more because they actually paid the creditor 12,075. And SARS says because you claimed on the 12,880, now you must account for VAT because you claimed more, but you actually paid less. Then you must account for VAT output on the settlement discount receipt on the settlement date.
So
it must be, you can't claim, it must be 100%. VAT input and VAT output must be equal. If you claim on the 15,000, if you claim VAT on the 15,000, you must account for VAT output on the 15,000. You can't claim VAT input on the 12,880 and to paid VAT output, and then you pay less VAT output to SARS. SARS say no, you must claim 100% and you must also pay 100% of VAT output. Because if you see, if you go to the transaction, they actually owe 12,880 and they claimed the full input VAT on the 12,880, but they actually paid how much? The business actually paid small wholesalers 12,075, but they actually claimed the full amount on the 12,880. Now, the business want to collect VAT output to SARS on the 12,075, and SARS says no, you cannot claim the VAT input on 12,880 and pay us the VAT output on the 12,075. That's why they're saying on the settlement discount receipt, you must also account for the VAT output so that the VAT input and VAT output must be equal.
Oh, okay, sir. Thank you.
Sorry, sir. Hello?
Yes, how are you?
I'm fine, thanks, Senari. So can you please repeat where the 12,880 is coming from? I understand that you added the amount paid plus the settlement discount, right?
Yes.
So I want to understand where is it located into the columns there?
Remember,
like
they are saying the business made an EFT payment of 12,075.
Yes.
It was after they received or before they received 805 settlement discount.
Yes.
Then this is the payment. The business made a payment of 12,075. The business paid a creditor of 12,075.
Hello?
That means the business bank account decreases by 12,075. That's what the business paid to our small wholesalers. But after receiving settlement discount of 805, if you add 12,075 plus 805, you'll get the actual amount owing, the full amount owing to small wholesalers, which will be 12,075 plus 805. The total amount owing to small sailors was 12,880. That was the total amount owing before discount.
So which amount it's the the one we placing it into the bank? Is it the 12,880 or the 12,075?
Under the bank column.
Yes.
We record the actual amount we paid.
Or 12,075.
Yeah, because we paid that, the amount goes out of our business bank account. That's why we put it under our bank column. Then under our trade payables column, we record the full amount owing to our creditor, including discount.
Which is 12,880. right?
Yes, yes,
Okay.
right.
Okay. Okay, thank you, sir.
No, thank you.
Nonhlanhla, I think Nonhlanhla is the next guest speaker. If not that, Madam Bella. Mr. Mhogun, what's
Yes,
Alan?
Maraisani.
Are they muted again? Because I have unmuted them.
Don't know. Go to the next one. Which is the next one?
The next one
Can
is
we present information, not can we speak? Trying to memorize which figures went where.
The next one?
Can you go on?
Who's the next one on the? Who's the next one?
That would be me, KG.
Yeah.
Okay.
Can you go on, KG?
Go on, KG.
Just as a tip, I just want to find out. Here it doesn't say whether there was a VAT inclusive or exclusive. How did you then come to the conclusion that you're you're going to calculate it as 15 over 115 and not 15 over, because it doesn't say in the question.
On the question did not tell us this is a VAT registered vendor. Let's go to the question. Let's go to the question. The system. Let me share. The system is coming back. Let me share the screen. This system is too slow. Can we take another question while the system is still coming? But the question must tell you this business is a VAT registered vendor, so that you can account for VAT. Yeah, the question is here. Let's go to the question. It was question 1. Ish, you see?
Yeah,
The system is straight. Yeah. Ish, I don't know what to do. Yeah, but the question must tell you. The question must tell you this business is a VAT registered vendor, so that you must account for VAT. You must account for VAT input or VAT output on the transactions.
Thanks.
This one I'm not sure because my UNISA is struggling now. I can't log into my UNISA. The next one. Sorry, guys, we are trying to.
Can I ask a question, please?
You can go on.
Sorry, no, that is with regards to the first question that you showed.
Yes.
I want to firstly ask, because you said that the entity is using periodic inventory system.
Yes.
So you're going to have to debit purchases or you said something along those lines. I just want to clarify that. Another question is that I want to also ask for the second transaction that was in the first question, the electronic transfer fund EFT payment 3,500, that exclusive for merchandise from SS Wholesaler. When you jotted it down, it was, and you chose the options, sorry, not jotted it down, when you chose the option, it said cash payment journal. And in the general ledger, it was debit VAT input. Why was it debit VAT input?
Let's start with the first one. Remember, there are two inventory systems, but in study unit 5, we told you that you must use periodic inventory system. The difference between periodic and perpetual inventory system is that inventory purchases under periodic inventory system is recorded in the purchases account, which is an expenses account. But under perpetual inventory system, inventory purchased is recorded in the inventory account, which is an assets account. That's the two difference between the two methods. And remember, on the one we said, that's why on that question we said the business uses periodic inventory system. That's why it was when I said debit purchases and credit the other account. Then are you answered on the first transaction? Are you answered on your first question?
Yes. I still have one more after. It's fine.
The second one is the electronic transfer payment of 3,500 VAT excluded for the merchandise purchased from SS wholesalers.
You said it, you see, because the question says VAT exclusive, but in a general ledger it was debited VAT input.
Because if you go to our instruction, we said you must indicate whether the VAT input or VAT output in the general ledger must be debited or credited. Remember, we can give you amount excluding VAT and require say calculate VAT amount, and we can give you amount including VAT and required say calculate VAT amount. And remember, VAT is 15% and amount excluding VAT is 100%. That's why I used 15/100 on the VAT input. And also, for you to get this transaction correct, you must first identify two accounts involved. Sorry, I don't know who is speaking.
Can you just repeat that again, man? So please, man, for the second transaction.
There is someone making noise here. Yeah.
Yeah, I think it's BR.
BR can Mtabiseni, can you? Yes, now we are on the second question. Marisa, we are on the second question. I'm answering the second question.
I'm talking of this person who is making noise.
Yeah, on the second question, remember it was EFT made by the business to the wholesalers, SS wholesalers. Yeah, they paid. Remember, previously they purchased inventory on credit from SS wholesalers. Now they are making payment of 3,500 and something, 3,550, if I remember well.
No, it was an electronic transfer fund EFT payment, 3,500 VAT exclusive for merchandise purchased from SS wholesaler.
Your question is why cash payments journal?
No, my question is why are you debiting the VAT input, and why is it VAT input and not VAT output? Because it says VAT exclusive.
Yes, it's VAT input, because VAT input is VAT paid on the purchases of goods or rendering of services, and VAT output is VAT collected on the sale. Here there is no sale. The business purchased. That's why we debited VAT input, because here is purchased, and we said VAT input is VAT on the purchases of goods or services, and VAT output is VAT on the sales. VAT output is like VAT output is VAT on all incomes, and VAT input is like VAT input on expenses, on purchases.
Okay, so the last two questions I have is that if this EFT payment of 3,000, if you sold goods for 3,500 VAT exclusive, would you then credit the VAT input and then it would be recorded as a sales journal?
Yes, you are correct. Yeah.
And
You're
one
correct.
last, this is the last question. Sorry, yeah, it's for the third one, which was purchase inventory on credit Liseri wholesaler for 17,250 VAT inclusive. How did you get the debit VAT input amount?
Yeah, remember, here we purchased on credit. If you go to our basic accounting equation where we are saying when you see a transaction, you must identify two accounts involved in the transaction. Besides, let's remove VAT for now. Maybe if we identify the two transactions involved in this transaction, it will be purchases. We will debit our purchases and we'll credit our Lesedi wholesalers, which is our trade payables. And we credit trade payables with the full amount, including VAT, because here is the same with the business purchase. And I said VAT input is VAT on purchases of goods or service, on purchases of goods or rendering of services. Then that's why it's a purchased inventory. Here the business purchase, then it will also form part of our VAT input.
Thank you so much, sir, for the explanation. I just want to ask this last question.
Yeah,
Where
you can
we
ask.
find the recordings? Where can we find the recordings for this?
The recording is under our YouTube channel, FAC 1502. You can send us an email, then we'll send you the link for our YouTube channel. Send email to fac1502@unisa.ac.za, then we'll send you the link for our YouTube channel.
Thank you so much, sir.
So thank you.
Evening, guys. Repeat your email address.
It's FAC. I'll put it on the chat. Let me put it on the chat. I'll type it now on the chat. Maybe I'll put I'll put the link also for our YouTube channel on the chat. Yeah. This is our. I'll also put the link. Let me put also the link for our FAC 1502 class and also the link for our YouTube channel.
All right, evening, guys. I'm sorry, I think I missed a question regarding VAT input and VAT output. So you said that VAT output is takes charged for goods and services rendered by the business, and input is takes paid on goods delivered or services rendered. So I just want to make sure then, how do we know when to debit or credit the two? How do you know when to credit or debit the VAT output? How do we know when to credit or debit the VAT input?
VAT input is an asset because it's claimed by the business from SARS. That's why, and remember, assets increases on which side? On the debit side, and reduces on the credit side. And VAT output is a liability, and liability increases on the credit side and reduces on the debit side. If there is if the business purchased inventory for cash, that means first you must identify the two accounts involved. It will be bank. It will be bank because the money goes out of the business bank account. Then you credit bank, which is an asset, and you debited your expenses, purchases. If we are using periodic inventory system, your purchases, which is an expense, will also increase. And I said the bank amount must be the amount including VAT. Under the bank column, on the credit bank column, you must include the full amount including VAT. Then you under debit purchases, the amount must be amount excluding VAT. Then according to the double entry system, the debit side must equal to the credit side. For the debit side to equal to the credit side, then you must debit the VAT input, so that your debit side must equals to your credit side. But because VAT input is an asset, it always opens with the debit side.
Right.
Then Then the other one is vice versa. Your VAT output is your liability, and your liability always you open your liability with the credit side.
All right, thank you.
For first, you must identify the two accounts involved in the transaction. Then you will get it right.
All right, thank you.
No, thank you.
Good evening, everyone.
Hello, how are you?
I'm okay, and you?
I'm good, and you?
Okay. Can I ask about the reviews? It's very hard to focus right now because we're hoping at least we can look at our past mistake and maybe compare with the corrections. Is there a way that we can get the correction and our mistakes so we can rectify it in that manner?
Yes, because remember assessment, due to late registrations of students, we extended our assessment until today at 6 p.m. That's why already it was already scheduled for today, but from tomorrow is Wednesday, from tomorrow or Friday, we are going to release the feedback for assessment 1 because now the assessment is closed.
Oh, okay.
Because
thank you. And
yes, you can go on.
Okay, and another one. Okay, for my case, I didn't do well on the old first assessment. I got 48.75. Is it rounded off or, and is that
47.5, yeah. It will be rounded off to 48%. It was 48, yeah. It will be rounded off to 49.
Okay, and am I gonna get 15% of that added to my final mark, or it won't be added because it's under 50?
No, it will be added. It will take your 48 times 15%, then that will be your final. It will be the mark.
Oh, okay. Thank you.
I posted the link for FAC 1502 class and also the YouTube link on the chat.
Good day.
How are you?
I'm doing good, and you?
I'm good.
My question is about the time. The 2 hours is not enough.
We are
Is
trying.
it still gonna be 2 hours for the rest of the assessment?
Yeah, because like, let me give you example with assessment 2. Assessment 2, it was 19 marks for, it was 19 question.
Yes.
And when we write the question, it take us maybe, because it was 120 minutes, we give you extra 20 something minutes for assessment.
But who was writing it to determine the 2 hours is enough? Was it you guys or was it a student?
Yeah, we write it under less than 30 minutes. That's why we said maybe because we are writing it under 30 minutes, we can give them 2 hours.
Wow, 30 minutes.
You know, you know what? Because I'm one of the ones that they got 40. I think I got 46 point something, and then I did attempt 1, and then I did number 2, and then after I finished, there's no attempt number 3. Then I read with everything. Then it took me close to 3 hours. And then when I mark myself, because I tried to ask one of the lecturers on the groups to mark me and see if I will get the same 40, 46 or 50. Then when I mark, checking the unit standards, checking the notes, it was more than the 46. But I will confirm when I get when I see my assignment.
Yeah, sometimes the student, they are not following the instructions. Sometimes we say when the amount is negative, put minus 2,000, for example, but the student put the amount in brackets and minus 15,000, then the system will mark it incorrect.
Because even the brackets thing that I must put in the brackets and then the minus, I couldn't understand, because on the website there is no recording. The only recording that I saw, it was the one for unit 1 to 4, and then I saw another one later on. I think it was start unit 5. And when the class was taking place, I didn't receive any invite that I need to attend the class.
I don't know.
I don't know
why,
what
because
happened.
we sent the invite on time. Like we already sent the invite for our first class on 23 April. We also sent invite for our May online weekly classes. And also there will be next week, there will be another weekly classes, because we are doing this online weekly classes for e-tutors are helping us. They are doing online weekly classes from 6 to 8. And the other one will be, let me check, confirm the date, when the other one will be. Then just wait for a second. I want to check the date for our next class. Just hold on for
Yeah, I think I did notice the rest of the class until the 6th of May.
Yeah, the next one.
Say, is there a class tonight?
The other class will be on
tomorrow.
The other class will be on the 10th. It will be on Wednesday from 18 to 20, where we'll discuss study. On the announcement, I attached the question, and the other class will be on the 15th from 8 to 20, and the other class will be on the 22 April from 8 to 20. The other one will, the last one for assessment 3 will be on the 23rd, which will be the first class. There will be another 4 class coming before assessment 3 opens.
Oh, sorry. If I may ask, isn't it assessment 2 is open?
Assessment 2 is open. It's closing on the 9th April.
What is it? What is it based on?
It's based on study unit 1 to 10.
Was the class for the unit standard 7?
Yes, if you, that's why I'm telling guys, you must go and check our recording, because the things we are doing in class, always they are coming in our assessment. And remember, even in our assessment 1, we did settlement discount received, we did many things, and they are there in our assessment 1. Because we can't give you something that are not discussed in class. It's just the principle. The question will not exactly be the same, but the principle will be the same.
But so on my units, I don't have the recording for unit 6 and 7.
It's not there.
Unit 6 and 7, they are under our FAC 1502 YouTube channel. That's why I posted the link under the chat. If you go to our YouTube channel, yeah, you'll see all our videos there. We put them there.
Is it possible for you guys to put the slides on my Unisa so that we can download it? Because the 10 gig that we are getting, it's not enough for all the modules, because most of the modules we need to go to YouTube.
Oh, you mean the slides for our classes?
Yes.
Yeah, we can. Yeah, we'll do so. We'll put them on our.
Especially 6 and 7, because there's no recording and we don't have enough data for YouTube.
They are also for Unit 7. There are recordings, but they are under YouTube channel.
Mr. Mohokoni.
Yes,
Mr. Mohokoni.
No, guys, listen to you guys.
We are past the allowed time. We are past 6 to 8, so I don't know. Can you wrap up? Can you wrap up?
Yeah,
please?
Let's take few questions until 8:30.
No, it's
okay. Yes.
Okay,
There may be a queue, sir.
Can I ask
Because everyone
something?
is just asking questions and they're not
Maraisan,
even.
can you tell
Yes, it's me. sir.
who is coming next? Because I can't see who is coming next. Who is next?
It's me, sir. It's
Yeah,
me,
go
sir.
ahead.
Okay, I was asking in terms of the assignment, is it advisable to always put the brackets or the minus sign? Because the last time we did put the brackets, but then still we were corrected wrong. So I'd want to understand if it's advisable to put on the minus sign or the bracket.
But always you must first read the instruction. But always it will be minus sign and the figure minus 1,000. Don't put brackets and under brackets you put minus 1,000. The system will mark you incorrect.
Because the instructions said we should put the brackets in terms of instead of putting like the minus sign. So that is why I was a little bit confused, but then it's okay. Thank you. And also the suggestion about the videos, can you at least give us a chance to download those videos instead of like having to view them on the YouTube? Because honestly, the data is not enough.
On the YouTube, you cannot download them.
Yes, we can. We are not given an option to download. When you try to download, it says download unavailable.
Then we'll investigate it tomorrow. Then we'll give you feedback. Send us an
Thank you,
email
sir.
to FAC1502.
Okay, sir. Thank you.
Bye. The next one.
Yes,
Hello,
sir. Can
good
I speak?
evening.
Who is next? Maraisan, can you control who is next?
Since you raised I think I raised my hand at 7 o'clock.
I don't know who is next.
I think we're by number 4, sir. Number 4.
Yeah, who is next? And the next one can come in.
It's me. Can
Yeah,
I
you
ask
can
you
come
Just say
in.
me. Who's number
Okay.
4?
It's Gift Balloon.
Go on. Go on.
Number 4, sir.
Mr.
We're by Gibbs.
Mfokoni,
Thank you.
you can go on.
Thank you. My question is on YouTube, we don't have part 2 of study unit 6. Did it take place or not? Because the video or the recording that is on YouTube for study unit 6 part 2 only
Yes.
plays for 26 seconds.
Yeah, our ICT, they're still busy working on it. Yeah, we realized it. Yeah, study unit 6 part 2 of adjustment is only playing for 26 seconds. Yeah, they're still busy working on it.
Can it also be posted under announcement, because it's simple that way, as well as the slides?
Yeah, let me
my
write down.
third-
Tomorrow I'll post an announcement.
And then my third question is, due to the network challenges with UNISA that you are facing at the current moment, will the assessment 2 be timed? And then will the due date extended or not?
Yeah,
And
assessment
then
2. Okay, yes, yeah.
And then study unit 7, we did not have the class for study unit 7. Will it form part of assessment 2? As some of us were doing accounting for the first time, we don't even understand even a word of accounting.
Yeah, study unit 7 is from part of assessment 2, and video. A recorded video for study unit 7 is there under our YouTube channel. It's a nice video from Mr. Sianda Mkati. And yeah, study unit 7,
we
they
must
say
take that
recording.
one of Mr. Sianda.
Yes, it's recording there from Mr. Sianda Mkati, yeah, for study unit 7. And for assessment 2 is also timed for 2 hours. It's only 19 questions for 2 hours. Remember, all our assessments are timed. And for this one, if you missed or you did not do well in assessment 2, there is also elective where you can improve your marks. You can do elective assessment 5. And the highest mark between assessment 2 and elective assessment 5 will contribute towards your final mark.
No, so say if you didn't do well with assignment 1, for example, if you got 40%.
Some of us are in queue.
Maraisani, who is next? Because I don't know who is next.
So what by Ipileng, sir? Well, it was Kim and then Ipileng, sir.
It was Kim, now it's Ipileng.
Yes.
Can Ipileng go on?
Oh, I'm so sorry. I forgot to lower my hand. I'm so sorry, guys.
Komuto can go on.
Yes, sir, I have a question, sir, regarding
Yes.
like the rest of the study units. Are we going to do revision exercises? Because some of us really need help on the revision exercises. Like if you can
Yes.
just do maybe one revision exercise for each unit, it would actually assist with the assignment too.
Like assessment 2 on the 20, it was 25. We did e-tutor question from of bank reconciliation. It was on the 25, we did e-tutor question, bank reconciliation question. On the 28, we did a question also on the T account, which is our bank account, general ledger, VAT input account, VAT output account, those general ledger account. And we also did 2 classes. We did questions on VAT, on adjustment, on study unit 6. It was part 2 of part 2. On the 20, it was 25, and on the 21st we did part 1 of adjustment. It was also a class, and we also put the recording for study unit 7 and study unit 8.
Yes, I
Study
get
unit
you,
9,
sir.
yeah.
I understand with the YouTube and whatever. But my thing is, you know, when I was doing the exercises, especially for Unit 7, there's some answers that I don't understand where they came from. So
What you must do, you must send us an email and the screenshot so that we can help you. On the mailbox I put on the chat, fac1502@unisa.ac.za.
Okay.
Lerato?
Okay. Thank you.
Lerato? Lerato? Kezani?
No, thanks, sir. So I think actually I wanted to ask I wanted to be the last person because my question actually it's not based on the assessment, actually it's based on something. So I wanted to get guidance from you, not on the assessment actually. So if maybe without wasting time, actually, can I be the last person actually? Because I just want to ask you this question.
Oh, it's fine. Adele? Adele Plakis? Adele?
Yes. Can you hear me?
Yes, I hear you.
Okay, sir. I just have a problem with the formulas of VAT input and VAT output. When I do the exclusive, I get the amounts that you get. But when I have to do the exclusive for the 115, I don't get the same amount.
Sorry, Adele, can you repeat your question? I was out to do something for seconds. Can you repeat your question?
Okay, on the VAT input and output.
Yes.
The formulas, when I do the exclusive, I get the amounts that you get. But when I do the VAT inclusive, then I don't get the amounts that you get. The one with the...
Yes. Remember, when you calculate, when you are given the VAT amount, when you are given the amount including VAT, you must use 15 divided by 115 to get your VAT amount. When you are given the amount exclude VAT, you must say 15 divided by 100 to get your VAT amount. Because VAT inclusive is 15 plus 100, which is 115. And VAT exclusive is 100%. That's why when we calculate VAT on the amount excluding VAT, we say 15 divided by 100 to arrive at our VAT amount. When the amount including VAT, we'll say amount times 15 divided by 115, then we'll get our VAT amount.
Okay, I understand that, but I don't know why mine is different. Because when I calculated it, when you started off, I got different amount on the inclusive.
Can you send us an email tomorrow on FAC 1502? Even now, you can, after the class, you can send us an email so that we can look at it. And on the email, maybe you can attach your screenshot or your calculations, anything, so that we can help you.
Okay, thank you, sir.
Kia o leboga.
Good evening, sir.
Good evening. How are you?
I'm fine. My question is based on I wrote a first attempt, then I got 46. Then I tried to, then I did the second attempt. The result did not show.
Ish. Can you send us an email and tell the story? Yeah, so that we can investigate on our side.
Okay, sir.
Thank you. Tabiso?
Yeah, so morning, sir. I have two questions here. One is for this adjustment.
Yes.
The other one is if you didn't do well for the first assignment, with the other assignments, can you be able to pass? And
Yes, remember, first assessment contribute 15%, and assessment 2 contribute 25%, assessment 3 contribute 25%, and assessment 4 contribute 35% towards your final mark. Yeah, you can pass. You can pass.
Okay, then
the next one, the next question.
The next question is about what's this, the adjustment of the general ledger. How do we, and is that going to be part of this assessment too?
Is study unit 6. Tabiso, is that you are talking about study unit 6? Tabiso? Hello?
Yes.
Oh, study unit 6 is part of assessment 2. Yes, the adjustment. Yes. The most important thing is to understand the principles, because the scenario will change, but still addressing the same principle. It will not address it will address the same principle. Baka?
I still struggle on credit VAT input, debit VAT input, credit VAT output, debit VAT output. How do I know when I read the instruction on the transaction and tell me this is a debit VAT input and this is a debit VAT output? How will I recognize and understand it?
Remember, first you must understand what is VAT input, what is VAT output. And I said VAT input is VAT paid on the purchases of goods or rendering of services and will be claimed back from SARS by the business. And I said VAT input is an asset. And remember, assets, we opened assets with a debit side. And assets increases on the debit side and reduces on the credit side. And I said VAT output is the VAT collected on the sale of goods or rendering of services by the entity and will be paid over to SARS by the entity. And I said VAT output is a liability. And I said liability increases on the credit side and reduces on the debit side. There's always VAT output is debited because you open it with a debit side because it's an asset. Always VAT output is credited because you open it with a credit side because it's a liability. Unless maybe there is where there is a reversal. Maybe where you are doing reversal, maybe that's where maybe you can credit the VAT input and debit the VAT output. But always VAT output, you must open it with your debit side, and VAT output, you must open it with your credit side. But first, you must analyze the transaction. For example, if I'm saying inventory purchased for cash, and I'm using periodic inventory system, the two accounts involved, it will be purchases and bank, because the money goes out of the business bank account or credit bank account with the full amount, including VAT. Maybe let's say the full amount including VAT is 15,000. That means I'll credit bank with 15,000. Then I'll debit purchases, which is an expenses because our expenses now increases with the amount excluding VAT. Maybe let's say the amount excluding VAT is 14,000. Then I'll debit purchases with 14,000. If you see the debit side and the credit side, according to the double entry system, they are not equal because the credit side is 15,000, the debit side is 14,000. Then to make the debit and credit side equal, I must debit the VAT input by 1,000. But remember, always remember, VAT input is an asset, and you must open it with your debit side because assets increases on the debit side and reduces on the credit side. That's why always we debited VAT input. And your VAT output is a liability, and liability always opens with the credit side because liability always increases on the credit side and reduces on the credit side. That's why always liability is credited. For example, if inventory sold for cash, the business received money, you debit, for example, cash sales, you debit your bank with the full amount, you credited your sales with the amount excluding VAT, then you credit VAT output. I'm not sure whether I'm clear or not.
Yeah, thank you. You're clear. Now I understand.
If you are not happy, you can call us, maybe arrange a Teams meeting with us so that we can help you further.
All right, thank you about it.
The next one.
The last one, sorry for that. And the last one, is it the assessment 2 doesn't have second attempt?
The assessment 2, it will be one attempt because there will be, like, remember assessment 1 was 2 attempts because there was no replacement or elective. This one, there is elective, which is assessment 5. If your marks are not good, you can go and write assessment 5. Then the highest of the 2 will contribute towards your final mark.
And then the last thing I heard that you said you gave 2 hours for each an assessment because you complete the assessment in 30 minutes. So, but basically, when I hear some other students, they are new in this accounting environment, so they don't know much about this accounting.
You are right,
so they need to understand. They need to wait. They need to read and to read and understand the statement there. Or they will have to come and answer the questions while reading and understanding, and also calculations. In accounting, we know you have to read and understand. You can't just read and answer. You have to read to understand. After then you can calculate, and this is quite time consuming while you're gonna be busy scrolling up and down with the screen. I think maybe if there's a move where there is a next previous page and next page, that would be better, because when you're scrolling up and down, it's time consuming. Remember, you scroll from question 12, then the mouse take you to question 15. You have to go back to question 12. That moment you're spending going up and down is time consuming. So the 2 hours is not enough, because even if we are writing in a question paper, it will be enough, because I will be paging and smoothly and reading. So much in a system, it's something else different. I have to scroll it up and down. When you scroll from question 12 to question 15, you have to go back to question 12 again. Then you come slow. This is time consuming. I don't know if I'm making sense, but
yeah, you're making sense. What we'll do, maybe we'll try to reduce our question, because they are saying the assessment must not be more than 2 hours. What we'll do, we'll try to reduce our marks. Like for our assessment 2, our total marks is 82 marks. If you say 82 marks times 1.2, it will give you 98 minutes. And we added extra 21 minutes to make it 120 minutes. But what we'll do in the next coming assessment, we'll try to reduce our assessment, maybe make it 75 marks, but still give you 2 hours so that you can have enough time to go through the scenario and finish the assessment.
Okay, thank you about this.
No, thank you.
Thank you.
The next one is Lerato. I'm not sure now. Is Lerato? Cabello?
Hello, sir.
Hi, how are you?
My question was on the weekly classes. Where can I find the notifications for that?
or you get clarity.
Where can I find like notifications on when they are, the dates and the time? Hello, sir, can you hear me?
Go to our announcement.
Oh, okay. Thank you.
Yeah, then you see, but the next class is coming on. Let me confirm the date. You can write the date down. Let me see on my diary now while you are still here. The next class, the next one will be on the next one will be on the 10th, which is Wednesday, from 6 to 8. But on the announcement I sent, I attached the question. It will be about PPE. This question is from our e-tutor question under our additional resources. And the next class will be on the 15th of April. It will be Monday. We'll discuss that unit 13, which is trade and other payables. The next one will be on the 22nd, which will be study unit 9, trade and other receivable. April, and the last one will be first set class on the 23rd before assessment reopen.
Okay, thank you, sir.
Thank you. The next one is yeah, I think we are
I think we are done.
Valoy, this is the last one. Valoy, the last one.
Okay. Thank you. My request is, can you please post the recording on announcement or under additional resources under my UNISA as well, and the slide. That's my final request.
We are trying to post the recording, but they are too long. That's why we decided to open our YouTube channel. But we'll ask our ICT to help us. But on our side, we tried, but the videos are too long because some of the videos, they are 3 hours, some they are 2.2 hours, 35 minutes, they are too long. But we'll try to ask our ICT to help us with the issue, maybe to put them under our module site.
Thank you.
Raju.
Thank you. Yeah, Kabelo here. Can I send an email so that you send me the link for the YouTube channel? Because I tried to write it down, but I'm not getting to it. Because I need the revisions for study unit 6 up to 10 on any classes that I might have missed. My understanding is everything is being recorded and placed on YouTube channel. Am I correct?
Yes.
Thank you. All right. I will send you an email on that FAC 1502. If you can send me the link to that YouTube channel, I would appreciate that, sir. Thank you.
But I put the link on the chat, but you can send us an email so that we can send you the link.
Thank you. I'll do so.
Oh, thank you. Boni, Noctula.
Hello, everyone.
Hi.
Yes, my question is on the first assessment on the current under assets. Let me put it that way. When the assets is less than 7,500, do we treat it as an asset or an expense?
Come again?
When the asset is less than 7,500, do we treat it as an expense or an asset? Because I think I might have slipped there.
Oh, yeah, we treat it as an expense because on that one I did on total assets, that one was affecting our bank account because so that one we bought the business bought equipment for for the personal use of the owner. They bought equipment not to be used in the business, but to be used in the owner's house. Maybe it was like drawings, that one.
Drawings.
That's why we
Okay,
debited
so
bank account and credit drawings.
oh, okay. I'm not referring to that question. I had a question on my assessment that was saying calculate the total assets, and then they gave us the list. They gave us the list of assets, and then I saw there were like chairs for 7,000.
Oh, chairs and
Those
equipment, yeah, they are part of PPE. They are part of non-current assets. Yeah, they are part of non-current assets because you
even
can
if
use
they're
them
less
for
than
more than
7,500.
Yeah, even if it's less than 7,500, because you can use them for more than 1 year. It's not like warranty. It's not like tax. This is accounting. Yeah, it will form part of your non-current assets because you can use table and chairs for more than 1 year.
Okay, thank you.
Oh, thank you. Are we done, or there is another one?
And I ask actually, sorry for interruption. I ask actually to be the last person.
Oh, the last one. Yeah, you can go on. I remember.
Okay, let me ask, because my question actually is not related to the assessment and other stuff, but my question is related to the accreditations. Then when I was applying for this course, actually, there is a question where they ask if you have a previous qualifications for accreditation. So which I did that actually, but I wanted to check if I can still submit my academic record actually, because I did accounting from accounting 1 to accounting 4. So I wanted to get accreditations for economics and the accounting part. But if not, I don't have a problem of doing accounting, it's fine. But I wanted to find out actually if that can still open for me to submit my academic record.
Yes, it's still open. What you must do tomorrow or tonight, send email to FAC 1502 at UNISA. Then we'll forward your email to the relevant department.
Should I, because I have to go to Pretoria, I mean, in Johannesburg now, and tomorrow I'm going to work and Friday. Should I maybe do it Friday? I can ask.
Yeah, it's
Friday.
fine. Yeah, it's fine. Any day we'll receive it and we'll send it to the relevant department.
Okay, should I attach on that FSCA, the academic record?
Yeah, attach your academic record, then we'll forward it to the relevant department.
Okay, thank you so much.
Oh, thank you. Yeah, I think in the absence of question, Juliet, are you sorted?
No,
Juliet?
it's just a request, sir. Today's meeting, it was not in order. Can we kindly maybe ask Mrs. Caesar to be able to come and control the queue, because really
you are
really,
right.
really
Yeah,
unprofessional.
the meeting was not in order. Next time, Ms. Musisa
Mr.
will join the
Maraisane
class.
was not assisting you at all. Thank you.
Yeah, we'll next time we'll make it. Next time it will be in order. Yeah, don't worry. But guys, don't assessment 2 is not difficult. It's just sit down, maybe prepare again. Go to our recording, the bank reconciliation class we did on the 20. It was 25 Monday. Go to the recording, check the recording. If you are happy, you can move to the next recording. It was 28 March, where we did the T accounts. Also, you can go and check the recordings, because those recordings, what we did always in class, always they are in our assessment, because we can't test you on something we didn't do in class always, or in our videos. Good. First we teach and later we assess you. That's what I'm saying. Go and check the recordings. If you are still struggling on the recording, send us an email so that we can help you with your struggles. Valoy?
Can we have scope for assessment 2, sir?
Come again?
Can we have scope for assessment 2?
That's why I'm saying the scope is go and check the recordings, and if you don't understand, you can send us an email or any question you are doing and you are struggling. Don't sit with your struggles. Send the question to us so that we can help you.
Thank you.
Oh, thank you, guys. For most of the last one, we are now over
Engineer,
time. Yes?
there is no study unit 10 on YouTube, sir. Can it be uploaded?
I will check tomorrow. Yeah, I will check tomorrow. And yeah, I will check tomorrow. Yeah, I'll check tomorrow and I will make sure we'll upload.
Okay, no problem. Thank you, sir.
I'm not sure. Study unit 10 is what? I don't know whether we have recording for study unit 10. Because I remember
Does that mean
recording.
it's not going to be on the assignment?
I remember recording for study unit 7. Yeah?
Inventory, sir. It's inventory.
Inventory is part, yeah, is part of. Yeah, maybe it's part of study unit 7. I'll check tomorrow. Okay. Because I remember we have video for study unit 9 and study unit 10. I'll make sure tomorrow. I'll check tomorrow.
So that means it's not in our assessment. No, thanks, sir. Thanks.
Oh, thank you very much. Sometimes we are trying to give you everything, but sometimes because of time between assessments, we can't do all the classes because we are doing one class per week. Oh, thank you very much, guys. Enjoy.
Good night, sir.
Thank you.
Bye.
Thank you so much.
Nice,
Bye.
sir.
Bye.
Thank you, sir.
Bye.
Okay.